It turns out, if you weren't surprised, it is significantly harder to immigrate to the United States than it is to buy a gun. Once again, a story highlighting the hypocrisy of the Republican Party. Okay, so you may or may not know this, but it is very hard to legally come to the United States.
Very.
It can take years. I would argue that maybe every grass-fed, natural-born American citizen should have to take the immigration test.
Well, that's it. I mean, as folks know, both my parents are Jamaican, and a lot of my family is Jamaican. It took my uncle and his wife, who they immigrated here, and they have green cards, what it's called, or they're resident aliens. It took them it might have taken them 3 years to get here, and they committed no crime. I had a cousin she basically lived here her whole life, but she was born in Jamaica. She had a resident alien card, and she had to study for that test. And that test, I know the answers to the test, but I'm also an American history buff that spends my weekends watching World War II documentaries.
You are one of very few Americans that can pass that test. You ask the average American how many stars are on the flag, and I don't think they could tell you.
No, I think we should do that. So so we're working on our convention planning,
That's actually
folks,
a good idea for.
and we're gonna have some.
We're gonna.
We're gonna have a couple ideas. So if you have some ideas, I know this is very random, but if you have some ideas for us to talk about the convention, I think we should do some we should do some trivia.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Because I think we should ask questions on the immigration exam to people random people just random people in Philadelphia.
I love it. I think it's a great idea. Perfect. Well, we're coming from the break here, but what we will say
is it's easier to get a gun than to become an American citizen.
By far. You don't
have to study for a test. You just got to pass the background check.
In some states, you could show up to a store and have it in your pocket in 7 minutes.
Yeah, AR-15.
It's
possible.
It's absolutely insane.